On behalf of the Swiss African Business Circle, I would like to welcome you to Africa Business Day 2021.
The 2021 edition of Africa Business Day gathered virtually on June 25th.
The event, convened by the Swiss African Business Circle, SABC, under the patronage of the State Secretary of Economic Affairs, SECO, was hosted by the African Export-Import Bank, Afreximbank.
It was a prime meeting space with dedicated virtual exhibition area for African countries. The country decks provided a platform for sharing trade, investment, market information, and was an opportunity to conclude business deals. With the launch of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement this year, it was fitted to focus conversations around the power of regional value chains, African markets, and a new operating environment. His Excellency Erwin Bollinger, Ambassador, Head of Bilateral Economic Affairs, Delegate of the Federal Council for Trade Agreement, State Secretary for Economic Affairs, SECO, emphasized on the need of growth, harmonization, and partnership between private and public sectors.
Firstly, policymakers will need to put in place sound policies and predictable framework conditions. This is as relevant for attracting foreign direct investment and trade liberalization as it is for managing the decline of tax revenues from reduced tariffs and the social impact from uncompetitive sectors. Secondly, strong private sector participation is of paramount importance. That, of course, includes you who are present here today. Entrepreneurs and companies can actively contribute to the building of regional value chains by participating in infrastructure development through public-private partnerships, investing in skills and knowledge transfer, and adopting new and efficient technologies. Swiss companies with their valuable expertise in an array of sectors should harness these possibilities and build mutually beneficial partnerships with economic actors across the African continent.
Verena Utzinger, President, Swiss African Business Circle, in her welcome remarks, stressed on the importance of this year's topic.
A topic which is extremely important for the African continent in view of the start of trading under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, ACFTA, since beginning of this year. A continent which is offering us tremendous business opportunities from a wide range of sectors and industries, such as infrastructure, agriculture, pharmaceutical, education, amongst many others.
The lineup saw several high-caliber speakers share the experience and expertise on the topic. Dr. Hippolyte Fofak, Chief Economist and Director, Research and International Cooperation, African Export-Import Bank, Afreximbank, has set the tone by quoting John Maynard Keynes, "The difficulty lies not so much in developing new ideas as in escaping from the old ones."
Essentially looking at the role that regional value chain will play in deepening the trade relationship between Africa and Switzerland under the new framework established by the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. But before I get into that, I would like to spend some second, even a second with you on this important quote from John Maynard Keynes. The difficulty lies not so much in developing new ideas as in escaping from old ones. I think the old ones in the African context are the ones referred to by His Excellency Ambassador Bollinger, which is essential to say that Africa will connect global value chains at upstreams, providing natural resource and raw materials. The old ones are also fragmented African market. And as we will see as we proceed, what has actually happened the last few decades, the last few years, last 2 years in particular, has been the shift toward the AFCFTA has created the conditions for integrating African market, moving from what we call fragmentation toward defragmentations. So we are moving away from those old ideas the colonial economy resource extractions, moving away from fragmented African market toward an integrated.
Dr. Fofak also presented global value chains as a major driver of global trade.
As I said, over the last few years, global value chain have become the major drivers of growth and trade. And global value chain essentially refer to what we call internationalization of production processes, sharing, which ensure that production is broken into activities and tasks carried out on different countries within the same regions, that would be regional value chains, or within country in several continents, that would be global value chains, taking advantage of lower wages to sustain productivities and growth and expansion of balance sheet. And the impressive growth that we've seen in trade the last few years has been highly correlated with global value chains, which have become essentially a major driver of global trade.